In this topic, we want to look at how repeatable deployments allow us to practice our process. I've learned in my life that if you're not very talented at some task or you struggle to do something well, you want to practice it more often, not less. And that was the essence of a lesson that I got in sports when I was a kid. You know, it's easy to work on things you have success at. If you can hit a baseball very easily or kick a soccer ball, that's fun. You have a lot of fun working on it. But the way to improve your overall game, the way to get better at your craft, is by practicing those things you struggle with. If you can't shoot free throws, practice those more often. In DevOps, we want to do this as well with anything that we're working on, whether we're developing code or writing tests or anything. But we especially want to do it with our release management process. There's stress and complexity and cumbersome nature of assembling scripts together causes concerns over execution in a new environment. It makes us worried. We have to test a rollback strategy. All those concerns and issues we have become easier when we use a DevOps process that is repeatable and reliable, that we've tested and evolved and iterated through, so we have confidence as we deploy to multiple intermediate environments, we have some success, and then we're ready to deploy to production without any worries. Even if we deploy to another environment minutes before production, that extra step can help us detect issues, warn of potential problems, or maybe even just stop the deployment today. But if the deployment works, we've got more confidence when we send it to production. In most of the organizations I've worked throughout my career, there's typically at least 3 servers that receive database code. We have a development server, some QA server, and then a production server. Now, I've certainly worked in places that had more environments, 5 or 6 environments, and I've heard other people tell me they've had as many as 9 environments where they deploy code. But these days, I recommend at least 5 for most people. Now, my 5 environments are typically development, where we have an individual sandbox for developers, some sort of shared integration environment in development where we can see all the code together, perhaps even have peer testing, some QA environment where we're testing separate from development, separate from production. And then I want a staging or UAT environment that duplicates production very closely. I probably restore from production and it allows me to really do that last minute test of my code. And then of course, we've got our live database in production. The reason I want multiple environments is that I move that code from environment to environment in a consistent manner. I use continuous integration to make sure it's tested the same way every time, and then release management to ensure that I move that code the same way. Hopefully my operations people are also configuring there all the same way. In this way, I'm constantly practicing my deployment process. I'm ensuring that it works. I'm ensuring the individual code is packaged up for deployment and it's tested multiple times. And I'm confident that I will be able to release it in each new environment because I've controlled as many variables as possible. I can vary and grow data sets as I get closer to production and hopefully catch more errors or discover more places where a developer or a QA or an operations person might have forgotten about a particular section of problem code. I'm confident in my deployments to production because I'm comfortable deploying the same code multiple times, and I do it often. And I do it without a human being involved or minimally involved. And I do it without a human potentially changing something in one of those environments. I let the system do it. Now, if there's a problem in the process or code, which is absolutely going to happen as I'm building this, or even as my application evolves, I can fix that problem and restart my deployment, starting with a new CI build and practicing. Practice makes perfect. It's a saying that's true in this case, just like it is in most of life.